I have an interesting story, and it is that a teacher allegedly had refused to educate a, quote, ungodly native student who wouldn't stand for the pledge. So, to me personally, I think that having the pledge mandatory to be done by students is one of the most undemocratic principles that we have. So I don't think that at public schools you should be forcing kids to do the Pledge of Allegiance, because it supports in principle. It does not support what democracy is. So democracy, the whole point of democracy, the whole point of free speech, the whole point of right to bear arms, the whole point of you can't get searched without a warrant, all of these different right against cruel and unusual punishment, all of these different things, right? The whole point of it is not because we want to be patriotic to the country and, be superbly loyal. The point of it is that the democracy requires more scrutiny, and what it is we as a people have to criticize the democracy to keep it at a higher level than the other governments. So you can't just say, hey, we're a democracy, so inherently we're better. If you aren't following the principles of democracy, you are not better, and that is the problem. A core principle of democracy is that people have to be able to criticize the government because they have to be able to reform it. They have to be able to speak out. They have to be able to exercise the rights that are therefore not allowed in other countries, such as the USSR, the Soviet Union. So, are we the Soviet Union forcing kids to say a scripted speech every single fucking day that pledges their allegiance to a country regardless of what it does? So, for example, let's put it this way, okay? Whatever race you are, let's hypothetically say that the United States decided, hey, fuck it, tomorrow we're going to invade China. Are you cool with then having to say the Pledge of Allegiance? Or whatever country you're from, it doesn't matter, right? They just decided to wage war on your country because they can. They decided to do that. Is it still fair to be mandatory to pledge that? Or should you be able to criticize that? Because can you do both at the same time? What the pledge what it adheres is that you have to basically unilaterally and unequivocally support the country. And I'm totally against that. I think it's a disgusting practice that they force kids to do this, because it's like, are we a dictatorship? Are we authoritarian leadership? Are we communist? Are we fascist? What is this? This is not a democratic principle. Patriotism is trying to make democracy better, not worse. Okay? So patriotism is not trying to limit free speech. That is not what it is. Patriotism is not trying to limit your protection against search and seizure without a warrant. That's not patriotism. But anyways, I got totally on a tangent here. But anyways, here's what Raw Story says. They say, a Native American high school student in Oklahoma was allegedly removed from her classroom after she refused to say or stand for the Pledge of Allegiance at the start of class on Tuesday, February 28th, the Indian Country Media Network reports. So, I think that if you're Native American, I don't think that, under any grounds you should be saying it, the pledge. How can you say the pledge to a country that literally genocided your people to then be able to be in existence?